Hey everyone, my name is Ashley and today I'm going to be doing a breakdown of my second paycheck in September. I'm just going to go ahead and dive right on in. I'm going to put my income right over here. And I brought home $1,079, and 29 cents. And from there, we're going to be listing our bills. The first is going to be subscriptions. And we're going to be putting $25.11 to subscriptions. And I don't put aside all the money for my bills in one paycheck. I break it up into paychecks. So since I get paid every 2 weeks, usually I can break my bills up into 2 paychecks, meaning I would save half, and then on my next paycheck I would save the other half. So this is only half of what my subscriptions is, usually around $50, $51. Next, we've got our utilities. And we've already got $125 set aside. So now we're going to be putting in the other half, and then I will be paying the utilities bill here in a couple days. We're going to put $133.60. Next, we've got Chase, which is my credit card. I don't have any real credit card debt. I just like to swipe my card a few times just to get points, keep building points. So $83.75 is what's going to be going towards my credit card. Next, we have Cooks, which is our pest control, and I will be setting aside $17 for that. And then lawn care, we'll be getting $40. And then I will just total this up. All of that added up is $299 and 46 cents. So I will just subtract this from what I'm bringing in, and then that's how much money I have to work with as far as my expenses and my sinking funds. Y'all, I usually film these videos after I've been at work, so I apologize. My words just, I can't get them out sometimes. Next, we have our expenses. And the first is going to be groceries. And normally I would set aside $125, but this week for some reason I have a lot of cash left over, and I don't think it's because I haven't spent a lot of money. I think it's because my husband, we don't combine our money together, and so he may have just bought more things this time around than usual. And plus we did go out of town for a few days a couple weekends ago, and I normally do my grocery shopping on the weekends, but I didn't do it that weekend because we were out of town. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a look in my groceries envelope and just see how much I have. And I have already checked this out before I filmed this, but I don't remember. So I've got 25, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've been saving up money to get a blender, and I should just about have enough money. I'm going to put this 20 towards the blender, and I've been saving all of my ones. If I have to use my ones throughout the week, I will. It's just my ones that I have left over when it's time to stuff my envelopes again. If I have any ones left over, they're going to go in my ones saving box. I have like, I'll show it to you in a little bit. There's just too much going on my desk. I can't really get to it right now, but I have a box. It's about the size of a shoe box, and I'm just putting $1 bills in it. So that's where these are going to go, which is it's a pretty good amount. Normally my groceries envelope, I wipe it out. So this $10, I think I want to roll. Actually, I think I did that wrong. Hold on. What did I say I was going to do? Okay. No. Okay, I did this wrong. The $10 was going to go towards the blender, and I was going to keep the 20 and roll it into my next time that I stuff my envelopes. So normally I would put $125 in groceries, and I'm still going to write $125, but in parentheses I'm going to put how much of that is going to come out of this paycheck. I have a small amount of money stashed away from like rollover money that I just put to the side to use to stuff my cash envelopes, and I have mostly 5s and 10s in there, so I'm going to pull a 5 from there. So I'm not going to count that $5 as coming out of this paycheck. This is probably very confusing, but I promise you it makes complete sense to me, so just go with it. So I've got a 5 out of my little rollover stack, and then I've got this 20 that I'm going to keep in the groceries envelope. So all I need to provide from this paycheck is $100. So that's why I'm putting 100 in parentheses. This is how much is actually coming out of this check. The other 25, there's a 20 here. I'll grab a 5 from another stack somewhere. And that is what we're going to do. I hope that makes sense. Trust me, it's a mouthful, but it makes sense to me. So just bear with me. How would y'all have done that? Like, I would like to know in the comments. I watch a lot of videos, and I watch people how they do that, but I just thought, you know, just keeping this 20 would be helpful towards this paycheck here. It's one less 20 I have to pull from there. Okay, next would be my dining out envelope, and I'm going to put $125 because that's how much I am wanting there to be in my dine out envelope. But like the groceries, for some reason I have money left over, and I don't think that has anything to do with me not eating out that much. It just has to do with the fact that my husband probably bought more meals than usual. So I'm going to take advantage of that, and let's just see how much we have. I've got 20, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I, of course, am going to get rid of these 5 ones, and they're going to go towards the $1. I guess we'll just call it $1 challenge. I don't really see it as a challenge. I'm just holding on to my ones, but that's what I'm going to call it. So my $1 challenge is where those ones are going to go, which leaves me with 30. And what I'm going to do is this 20 is going to go towards the blender, which leaves me with 10. And no, actually I changed my mind. I'm going to take the 10 towards the blender like I did with the my grocery envelope and roll over a 20 again. So it's going to look the same. I'm only going to take 100 from my paycheck, and I'm going to grab a 5 from my rollover stash. I really don't know what to call that, but that's what I'm calling it. So that's where we're at on that. So does that make sense? That means I'm only going to be taking 200 out of this paycheck, even though I want there to be $250 in the envelopes. Okay, next is going to be my gas envelope. And for that one, I still have $20 left. And I'm not going to take that out, and I'm just going to add another 20 like I usually would, because you never know if something comes up and I may have to drive. I'm just going to keep it there. And then for my cat, Bandit, he still has $20, but I do know that it's time for me to get cat food and cat litter, so I'm going to add the 20 like I usually would and keep this 20, and then I'm going to buy the cat litter and the cat food, and whatever is left will be going into Bandit's sinking fund for like vet visits, or you know, if I buy him anything besides food or litter. Next is going to be household. And household will be getting 30, and then allowance will also be getting 30, and then sinking funds will be getting 180. I don't really like the way that I set this up. It's gonna drive me crazy because I put washi tape down here because the week before, or my last paycheck, this is how I did it, and I wasn't going back to look to see how I set it up before, so that's going to drive me crazy. I should have been paying attention. Okay, anyways, so, let me just total this up real quick and we'll figure out what to do. Also, I totally forgot, I do have a $20 bill in my rollover stash, so this one, I'm going to put a 0 right here just to remind me not to take 0 out of this paycheck, because I'll take that 20 out of my little rollover stash. And then I have some 10s, so I'm going to put a 20 here just to remind me that only $20 for each one of these is coming out of my actual paycheck. So that's $250, $270, $290, $290, $350. So that's $350 right here, but only 20, 40, 60 will be coming out of my actual paycheck. Yes, okay. Moving along, let me total these up. Okay, I'm just going to put the total for the expenses up here, even though that's going to drive me crazy. So the total that's actually going to be coming out of my paycheck is going to be $440. Even though that total doesn't match up with this. This should total up to be $530, I believe. Okay. So over here we've got leftover funds, and to decide how much that will be, I need to subtract $440 and $299.46 from my income. So let me do that real quick. So the leftover amount that we have is going to be $339.83. Okay. Okay, I've got to open this up so I can compare how I did it last time. I don't really like the way that I set this up, so bear with me as I rearrange some stuff. $339.83 I think I'm just going to go ahead and put a cushion, and I used almost all of my cushion, which I have been trying so hard not to do, but I literally used all of it except for $1, so that's a little bit better than before, because before I would always go over my cushion. So for cushion, I'm going to go ahead and give myself, $75. That's about how much I had last time. Okay, so when I take 75 away from here, that leaves me with $264.83. And then I'm going to put FSCU savings, which is my bank. I'm going to put 25 in that just because we've been having to take some money out of there here recently. We had some trees fall down that we needed to have cleaned up, so that cost a little penny. So that's going to leave us with $239.83. But I just don't like that number. So I'm going to add $14.83 to that cushion, which would be $89.83. And then that would leave me with $225. And what I'm going to do with that $225 is I'm going to start with phones. I'm trying to get our phones paid off, mine and my husband's. Actually, you know what? I forgot about Etsy. I've been trying to get some more things to make some new products for my shop, and I'm not really making a lot of sales, so I'm having to put in some money towards that. And I think what I'll do is that $14.83 I'll put towards Etsy instead. So let me just, I try to pre-plan these out, but every time I record, it just doesn't seem to go the way that I thought it was going to go. And then we'll make this 75 again. I hope y'all are following. Okay, so again, I'll have $225 left to play with. So now we're going to go into phones, and we're trying to get our phones paid off. So I'm going to put half of that towards, half of the $225 towards our phone, which would be $112.50. And then I'm saving up for a new car. And we're going to put, we're going to put 90 towards the new car. And then we've got my emergency fund, which was pretty well funded until our trees fell down and I had to pull from there. It's still pretty well funded. I have an emergency fund, and my husband, he's not really into the budgeting thing as much as I am, but he doesn't really spend his money that much, so pretty much any money he has is like an emergency fund, I guess. But I'm not going to put too much towards it just because I've got our phone is really what we're trying to get taken care of, and then I really am trying to save up for a good down payment on a car, and we already have an emergency fund that's $3,000 or more. So the emergency fund's going to get $11.25, and then I'm just going to put this as extra savings, which is savings in my Capital One account that doesn't really have a home, but $11.25 is how much is going to go in there. So all of this should equal $339.83, and if it doesn't, I have messed up somewhere. Okay, I just did my calculations on the side, and everything seems to line up pretty well. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope that it wasn't too agonizing, because I feel like I was very unorganized, but I guess that's just, you know, it's almost Friday and I'm tired. I've been at work all day, but anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed. I'm gonna film my cash stuffing video right after this, so be looking for that. And, you know, do all the things like comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.